Farmer Paula here in Zone 8B, Hilton Head, South Carolina. We're in our community garden in the Sea Pines neighborhood. This video was filmed in two chunks. About 8 weeks ago, we did do-it-yourself trellising. We did 3 different types of trellises. One is made of old fence posts for the blackberries. One is for the green beans. We made of bamboo, a completely free and available material for most people in South Carolina. Grows like a weed. And the third one is just made of simple twine for the morning glories. And we're gonna walk you through it in 2 different chunks. Thanks for subscribing. If you like this video, please watch our other videos, and thank you for joining us. This is a thornless Apache blackberry bush. This is year 3 for the bush, and as you can see, it's starting to flower, which means the fruit is coming. And this is the biggest we've seen it yet, so next year we're gonna have to come up with something else for this trellis. You can teach it to reroot itself. So you can see on that side, we took a big branch, put it underneath, cut a small slit in the stem, and then put a rock on top of it. So where we cut the slits, it will reroot itself beneath the earth. And here, it already did it itself. The branch was bending down already and created its own little shoot, which I was then able to cut from the mother plant. So I'm preparing this bush, this bed underneath for cucumbers. And in order to do that, we had to cut down this rosemary plant, which was this tall. So we cut it back and it will send up new shoots this season. I'm gonna use a trick I learned from another farmer. So you want to bury the cucumber seeds about 1 inch below the surface. So take a stick that's about 1 inch thick and work it into your soil. Move it to the side. Lay your cucumber seeds out. Doesn't have to be perfect. Water them. Cover with soil. And lay the stick back over until they germinate. So in about 7 to 14 days, we'll see the little shoots coming up. Every time I come, I'll move this, and once they start to germinate, I'll move the stick off. Going back to the Apache blackberries, where you've taught them to reroot, you need to make sure you give it plenty of water. So every time you see a rock or a brick on top, that's where we're trying to get it to reroot itself. Plenty of water. We're lucky today because we are at our community farm plot and we were gifted these old fence posts and some 2x4s. So we are going to take the opportunity to use the materials to trellis up our Apache blackberry, which is growing way too big for our current hog wire system. So we are going to keep all this here, remove these old trellises, get rid of the rosemary bush, and put the 2 fence posts in the corner with the 2x4s running between them. Give our blackberry bush a chance for some permanent growth. We're very happy with the finished product. Took my husband and I about 20 minutes to build this trellis from old reused fence posts. I'm going to use some of the Velcro ties now and brace the branches against the posts. Thank you very much for watching this video. Farmer Paula, Zone 8B, Hilton Head, South Carolina. Please subscribe, and thank you for watching. Earlier in the day, we used bamboo to create a zero-cost trellis for our peas and beans. Bamboo is an invasive weed or a sustainable crop, depending on your viewpoint. Today, it will take on a new life as a sturdy friend for our peas. We started with 5 bamboo pieces cut to the same length, about 6 feet each, and 1 foot below the top of the trellis wrapped garden twine until it felt there was no way it would fall apart. We used a corner of a raised bed so we could brace the bamboo sticks with the sturdiness of the edges of the raised bed. I tried to push 3 inches of each bamboo piece into the soil. This trellis cost us nothing to make, and it took less than 5 minutes to complete. Today's the day to plant peas, so I'm going to use pea seeds and pea booster. For pea seeds, you can soak them overnight to help germination happen quicker. And you want to be 1 inch below the soil. And you would like the peas to grow near the trellis, near the branches of the trellis. So roughly 1 inch to my thumb crease. Pour some booster in, stick the seed in and cover with soil about 1 inch, and repeat. Then, once you're done planting, give it a good water. Water every 3 or 4 days until you see germination occur.
Okay.
Hey, this is 8 weeks later, showing you the blackberry bush. Look at all this delicious candy from Mother Earth. Sweet and juicy. You want one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ow.
The fence post worked out great. So did the old reused 2x4, 4x2s, whatever they are. And so did the walking, teaching it to walk. Like, look, it re-rooted itself. We could take the bricks off. The roots have started. Now it's growing its own roots underneath there. So, very happy. And then look at how when we braced it to the wood, it was able to vine itself off and create more fruit from the support. Very happy with this. Delicious, nutritious, free, because these materials were all reused. Good farm trellis. Very happy. Speaking of being very happy, this bamboo trellis, do-it-yourself bamboo, completely free, took about 3 minutes to set up, and look at how the beans are loving it. They have grown up so tall beyond the trellis that we now have to loop them back down. So when this happens and you get a dangly one, just wrap it back around and teach it. Oops, try to be delicate and not break it like I just did. Wrap it back around and it will spread even further. So over here, I'm gonna show it with a young new vine. Just take it and teach it where you want it to grow. The beans won't naturally climb up the bamboo. You have to tell them where you want the vines to go. Hey little guys, give us some beans. Climb up this trellis. Really happy with this do-it-yourself free trellis. Materials like bamboo, they grow like weeds. Use them. 8 weeks later, look at this cucumber patch. You saw me plant them as itty bitty seeds, and now look at this flourishing, thriving, vining plant. This is probably 8 or 10 different plants. And cucumbers, they need more help. So today we're gonna build another trellis. We're gonna wrap these around the bamboo and teach them to vine themselves up here. We're gonna brace the edge of the bamboo against the wood from the Blackberry trellis. We're gonna try to make this area grow up rather than out, because if you allow cucumbers to spread out, they will take up the whole plot. You would rather have them elevated going up on a trellis. Then it's also easier to harvest the fruit when the cucumbers hang down. Very happy with how this worked out. For the morning glories, my husband and I created a very easy trellis. We already had this arch. This actually we built when we got married. We got married underneath this. And it's the centerpiece of our garden. We want flowers growing up it, so morning glories grow crazy tall and long around here. But interestingly, they don't really have a root system. Their roots develop up through their vines. So you have to give it something to climb on or else it won't grow. And for this probably cost $3. This is trellis netting. It's heavy duty polyester netting. And all we did was spread this wide. It is a 2-man job or 2-lady job. Take the heavy duty stapler, spread it wide across what's already standing if you already have 2 posts in your garden, and just staple it into the sides. Simple, and only costs about a few dollars. So you can tell we have to do more of the netting up here because the morning glories are growing out, are losing, they need more space. They're growing rapidly. $3 trellis. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you have been inspired to create your own trellises out of reused materials, because we already have enough plastic and other types of garbage in the world. Just use stuff that's free and readily available. Get creative. And please subscribe for more videos. Farmer Paula, Zone 8B, loved having you here. Come again.